Hi everyone, it's Nikki here, and today I want to talk to you about my experience doing the icebreaker speech for Toastmasters. So I did my icebreaker speech 2 days ago, and it's fresh in my mind how the whole experience went. So I want to go through talking about what I did leading up to the speech and the preparation of the speech and my thoughts about the icebreaker in general and how it went for me. So, before I did the icebreaker, I was able to go up in front of my club and do a couple different speaking engagements, I guess. I did 2 table topics and a funny bone. The table topics, if you don't know, it's when you have to improvise and go up in front of the club and answer a question. So there's a table topics master, and that is the person leading the table topics. And that person has kind of a theme usually for the day, and they ask different questions related to that theme. So one time when I got called up, the theme was about New Year's resolutions and losing weight, and it was really kind of a comedic table topics because the table topics master, he had 2 envelopes. One was related to an exercise and the other was related to a food. So you had to pull one out of each envelope, and mine was chocolate pudding and crunches. So I had to talk for a minute or 1 to 2 minutes about how I would lose weight, and you have to kind of persuade your audience. That was what the table topics master wanted, to really promote your exercise and how it works for you. So it was really funny and a great way to get up and practice speaking and take it in a more lighthearted way. So that's one example of when I had to go up in front of my group before the icebreaker. The other example was for the funny bone. Again, it was kind of comedy. And this is weird because I have no experience telling jokes, but that's actually why I did the funny bone. I thought, if I can do the funny bone and get the audience to laugh, I can do anything up here, because that's really outside of my comfort zone. So I'm really glad that I did that, and I did get the audience to laugh. So one thing that I'm realizing right away is to go up there confident in what you're going to talk about and having experience with it. So I did something related to teaching online, and I'm confident in that because I have it in my mind, and I'm still talking about the funny bone. That's what I did. I was about teaching online and funny experiences that I've had while teaching online. And it went well. I got the audience to laugh several times. That's what I did before the icebreaker speech. And I have been in my club a little over a month now, and I've been able to participate at least once every time. And that's part of the goal of Toastmasters. They want you to participate no matter what. Even as a guest, they will ask you, what did you think of the club, and give some feedback to the club. So even as a guest, I spoke, a little bit. So now let's talk about the preparation of the icebreaker. I did a pretty bad job with my preparation. I tried to write my speech out 2 times, and each time that I tried to write it, it was way too long. I looked up how many words a 4 to 6 minute speech should be, and it was like, 600 words or something, and I kept writing 800 to 1,000 words. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to fit this in. And really what I kept doing was chronological. I was looking at my whole life. So then I realized, okay, just focus in on one area. And I thought, how can I narrow this down and not still have something broad about my life and allow the people to get to know me, because that's the purpose of the icebreakers, for the members to get to know you. And what I did is I focused on Spanish, because I learned Spanish and that's been a big part of my life. I could take it from childhood to where I'm at now, and it was great because I didn't even write the speech out. I just wrote like 5 bullet points on a Post-it, and I had pictures. And the pictures really helped guide me too, because I knew where I was at in my speech. I could look up, I could refer to it. I had plenty to say about each picture, and that allowed me to do the full 6 minutes of my speech. And I was actually nervous because when I practiced with people that I know, with my family, I was only getting to 4 minutes, and it was almost like I was barely getting to 4 minutes. So when I was going up there, I knew I had to pull out a little bit more information. So it is really good to practice, and I was avoiding practicing like the plague because going up and talking about yourself can be vulnerable, and I just was nervous. It was more the anticipation of it that made me nervous. When I actually got up there, it was okay. So anyway, going back to the fact that a speech should kind of be like a story, and maybe I shouldn't say should, but for me, that's really helpful, and I think a good tip for you too. It's very nice to have something that's a story that you already know, and that's why they say the icebreaker is easy, but I don't agree with it. I don't think it's easy because it, like I said, it makes you vulnerable, but the part of it that's easy is your life, you know it, and it is like a story. So you're kind of going up there like talking to a friend and telling them about your life. So that's the nice thing about it, that you can make it like a story. But I think that's how it should be for other speeches as well. Even if it's just informative or if it's something that's more fact-based, because I know one of the speakers in my club, they did a speech about a book that they read, but that can also be like a story too, how your experience was with it and what you learned from it and how you felt about it. So let me give you some more details about how it went when I was giving this speech. I did get feedback on eye contact. I didn't make enough eye contact, and when I was giving the speech, I was walking back and forth, and that was really kind of like a self-soothing thing because I was able to focus more while I was walking instead of focusing on the audience looking at me. And for my first speech, I'm okay with that feedback. It's true, and it's something I'm happy to work on, and it's something I know I need to work on. So that was really, even though it's kind of it's good criticism, it's constructive criticism, like I said, I'm okay with it because I got up there, I did the speech, and I'm proud to have done it. And I did it well because the audience, they told me, they're like, I'm impressed that you used the LCD projector. I'm impressed that you told the story so well and it was inspiring. So I'm just happy to have gone up there, did it well, and yes, I did get feedback, but it's feedback that I'm okay with and happy to work on. So after the icebreaker, I already signed up for 2 more speeches. My goal is to do 1 speech a month. And somebody in the club told me that something like only 6% of people actually finish the handbooks. And I know I'm going to be one of those 6% that finishes the handbook. And my accountability is here with you guys on YouTube and also just with myself, knowing that it's a goal of mine. So I'm excited to continue sharing this journey with you guys and can't wait to hear from you. If you're in Toastmasters, what are you learning? What advice do you have? Please write it in the comments. I hope that you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And if you're not in Toastmasters, tell me something that you learned about public speaking from this video. All right, you guys, until next time, bye.